Hello everybody, welcome to STEAM Camp with the San Mateo County Libraries. My name is Selena and today we will be doing some chemistry together. So we're going to be learning about matter and its interaction by doing a small experiment where we mix two different substances to see if we can create a new substance. Now the name of today's activity is called Bubble Boats, and before we start we are going to need a few items. So the first, we're going to need a water bottle. Here, you're going to need a water bottle with a cap on. I'm using a smaller one, but you can use a big one as well. Baking soda. Lemon juice or vinegar. I just used up my vinegar, so I have lemon juice. Straw. Scissors. Some paper towels. Tape. We're going to need lots of tape, and it doesn't matter what kind of tape you use. And last of all, we're going to need a giant container. I filled mine with some water, about halfway. So go ahead and fill it with a little bit of water. You can also do this activity over your kitchen sink or your bathtub. It could be a little less messy that way. All right, now that we have everything in front of us, shall we get started? Okay, we're going to start with our water bottle. So what you're going to want to do is cut a little hole at the end of the water bottle. I did that earlier. But you're going to want to make sure it's big enough for a straw to fit through. But also you don't want it too big because we want to seal that hole up later. I'm actually going to cut my straw down a little bit because I am using a smaller cup. So I'm going to cut it about halfway, like this. All right, so, scholars, for this part, for cutting a hole through the bottom of the water bottle, it's best if you ask an adult to help you. It could be a little difficult with a pair of scissors, especially if you're using one of those children's scissors. Mine's just a little sharper, so it kind of help. But this part, it would be best if you have an adult help you. Okay, so we're going to put our straw through the hole like this. And next, we're going to need to tape around the hole, around the straw to keep it in place, and also to seal up the hole. Up here. This is the reason why we want to cover up the hole, is because we will be pouring our substance into this water bottle later, and we want to make sure it's airtight. Okay, we'll have it here. I'm going to add some more tape. I think that might be enough tape. Hopefully it is airtight. So I have my water bottle over here, covered it with tape. The straw is in place. All right, so what's next? Like I mentioned earlier, we are going to pour our substance in here. So our first substance is our lemon juice or vinegar. So we're going to pour some in here in our bottle. About 1 tablespoon would do. I kind of eyeballed it. It doesn't need to be exact. I think I poured up maybe 2 tablespoons. Oh, it's dripping. I don't know if you see it's dripping a little, so it looks like I didn't make it completely airtight. so I'm gonna be quick. All right, next we will want some baking soda. So I'm adding about a little less than half tablespoon. I mean, little less than a full tablespoon. And we're gonna want to pour this into our water bottle. So if you have a funnel, that could work great. You can also put it onto a piece of paper towel to funnel it in, or just roll up the paper towel and stuff the whole thing in. What the paper towel will do is just slow down the reaction a little bit, but it will still happen. Okay, I'm gonna move my camera down a little bit so you can see I'm doing this over the container to contain the mess a little bit. So I have my lemon juice in here, which is a liquid, and I'm mixing baking soda in, and this is a solid. So let's see what happens when we mix this liquid and this solid together. Are you ready? Okay. If you blink, you might miss it. So on a count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. It's going. All right. So it looks like a reaction's happening. I'm going to go ahead and put it down, see what happens. Oh, do you see that? Oh. So we had a lot of foam coming out here, and it kind of pushed the boat forward. What happened? All right, so when the vinegar, or when my lemon juice mixed with the baking soda, it created chemical reaction. So two substances mixed together to create a new substance. It created carbon dioxide, which is a gas. And you can see earlier it was the bubbles that came out of the straw. That was the carbon dioxide. It also pushed the boat forward. So you can see here, there's not much left, but there's a little bit of foam, a little bit of bubbles, and just a tiny bit of lemon juice left. So once we actually mix the two items together, the two substances, we can't separate it again. It already turned into carbon dioxide. We can't get the baking soda or the lemon juice back. All right, so the science behind it is it has to do with the lemon juice that we use. The lemon juice is an acid, which is a chemical compound that usually tastes sour. So if you ever tried a lemon and your face totally puckered up, it is sour. Same with vinegar. If you try it, you can taste that sour taste. So the acid mixed with our base, which was the baking soda. And the baking soda is a chemical that releases hydroxide ions when it encounters water solution. So like the you can see from the bubbles earlier. All right. So they mixed together, so they combined and they reacted to and neutralized each other, which means they made each other inactive. And that reaction created carbon dioxide, a new substance which wasn't present before. It's a gas. And I said earlier, you can tell by the bubbles that was coming out, that was the gas escaping our little bubble boat, or little bottle here. And the force of the movement of the carbon dioxide, the gas coming out back here, it actually propelled, it pushed the boat forward. All right, and that's our little experiment. So some ideas on how you can continue with this experiment is trying out different, like I said, you can use vinegar or lemon juice. So you can try both substances to see if it makes a difference in the reaction or the size of the reaction. You can change the amount of substances you can use. We were eyeballing it, so if you want to try measuring it, starting out with less and then more to see if there's any differences. Another tip, you can also add a few drops of food coloring to the lemon juice or vinegar so you can see the bubbles better, especially since they're kind of the same color. It's a little harder to see. If you have food coloring, that will make it more visible. A few more things that you can try is if the size of the bottle. So I have a smaller one, so maybe if you want to experiment with a bigger bottle, see if the reaction size might be different. It also helps if you want to use more substances. There's only so much you can fit in a small bottle. And if you also try this out in your bathtub where you have more space, this is a really small container, and it really isn't much room for it to move. All right, so that concludes your experiment. Before we leave, if you want to share, if you want to share your experiment, if you try something different, and you want to share your reactions, you can go ahead and tag us at SMC Libraries or hashtag SMCL Creates on Instagram and share your project. You can also go on there to see what other people are doing, what other creative projects that they are experimenting with. And before I leave for today, I do want to mention the Summer Learning Challenge. So if you already know what it is and you signed up, go ahead and give yourself a big pat on your back. If you don't know what it is a challenge that the library does every summer for those that like to read and learn. Anyone of any age can sign up, but for those that are 18 or younger, you guys actually get a chance to win a $1,000 scholarship. And this is a challenge that you can complete as many times as you want until it ends at the end of August. And the more times you complete the challenge, the more chances you get to win that $1,000 scholarship. All right, until next time.